Hello, this is Terry Donovan, student at Waldorf University, and this is my American History Unit 7 paper on a great American, Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin is one of the founding fathers of the United States. Franklin was a brilliant, well-versed man with many interests. He was an avid chess player, a notable musician, an inventor, and one of our country's finest politicians. Franklin is remembered today, 227 years after his death, by almost every American, and he is remembered by his virtue more than many of his contemporaries. From the mid-1750s to the mid-1770s, Franklin spent much time in London. While there, Franklin fought for the rights of people back in America. In London, Franklin opposed the 1765 Stamp Act. He testified during the House of Commons proceedings that led to its repeal. With this, Franklin suddenly emerged as a leading spokesman for American interests in England. He wrote popular essays on behalf of the colonies. Georgia, New Jersey, and Massachusetts also appointed him as their agent to the crown. Without Franklin fighting for the rights of the colonists, our world could be much different today. It would be as if a small world country today was fighting to get out from under the United States' thumb. One of the biggest political contributions we remember Franklin for today is his role in the Declaration of Independence. Still one of the most recognizable figures in our country's finest hour. His pervasive influence on early history of the nation has led to being jocularly called the only president of the United States who was never president of the United States in a 2000 article by Lamatti. Benjamin Franklin is also remembered for being one of the authors of the United States Constitution. As many of the founding fathers of our country, Franklin tried to live a virtuous life. Although there has been some things come up from his earlier life, Franklin died trying to give guidance to our young country and the people that would follow him. Although at one time he owned slaves, Franklin stressed the importance of the abolishment of slavery. He wrote several essays on the topic and definitely swayed some people's beliefs in the hotbed issue. This came full circle for this man. Still today it comes up that he was a slave owner and didn't fully argue against slaves until later in his life where there was already much more opposition. Franklin was publicly a religious man. He is remembered today for that, except for an essay he wrote while counseling a young man called Advice to a Friend on Choosing a Mistress. In this letter, Franklin talks openly about the less desirable aspects of life, like cheating, and how a man needs to do this. This is a contradiction from the way he portrayed his life and leaves many to wonder. Today, people try hard to find our founding fathers, how our founding fathers were with the world so topsy-turvy now. One writer states, Franklin, the least elitist of the founding fathers, was proud to be a self-educated, leather apron-wearing shopkeeper. He had the greatest appreciation for democracy among the founding fathers. Everything he wrote and did was dedicated to making the common man a better citizen and empowering citizens to make a stronger democracy. Benjamin Franklin helped shape our country. He is one of the most revered figures to this day. No one has appeared on more postage stamps, and since 1928, he has had his picture on our $100 bill. With his face so recognizable today, his legacy will continue to live. He is also remembered and adorned for his many inventions. Franklin maybe is much remembered by flying a kite to attract electricity to prove lightning was in fact electric. That was a major way that electricity was studied and made better for all of us to this day. Franklin, on some ends, is known for his studies on ocean currents. That helped at the time figure out shipping routes to and from the United States, and which ended up being the Gulf Stream as we know it today. Ben Franklin, though not a former president, may be one of the most famous names in American history. His mark he left is indelible and will continue to thrive. Thank you very much.